So let us begin with some chemical properties of hydrogen peroxide. Now this hydrogen peroxide, it acts as an oxidizing agent as well as a reducing agent, both in the acid and in the alkaline solution. Very, very important chemical property, that is hydrogen peroxide acts as an oxidizing agent as well as a reducing agent, right, both in acid and alkaline solution. Clear? Now here I am also going to explain you the mechanism of how it acts as an oxidizing and as a reducing agent. Okay, so let us understand that. Let me first write down the reactions. That is the first reaction that I am writing over here, where hydrogen peroxide, it is going to accept electron and it acts as an oxidizing agent, right? So H2O2 plus 2H ion plus 2 electron, it forms 2H2. This is one reaction, and the second reaction is your H2O2 plus 2OH ion is going to give 2H2O plus O2 plus 2 electron. So here I am going to show you how it over here it shows an oxidizing property, and here how it shows the reducing property. Here it is going to show the oxidizing nature. Okay, therefore it shows a reducing, acts as a reducing agent. Okay, and here I am going to show you it shows a reducing nature, or reduction takes place over here, therefore acts as an oxidizing agent. Clear? Now let us understand the first reaction, where what I am going to tell you that how over here hydrogen peroxide acts as an oxidizing nature, or if it has an oxidizing nature, definitely it is a reducing agent. So in hydrogen peroxide, oxidation state of oxygen is -1 per atom, right? Over here I am talking about -1 per atom, which is an intermediate oxidation state of oxygen, right? And therefore hydrogen peroxide, it can be oxidized or even it can be reduced. Here it is going to show that it is getting oxidized. Here it is going to show that it is getting reduced. So why does hydrogen peroxide show that it gets oxidized or it gets reduced? Because it has -1 oxidation state per atom of oxygen, which over here is the intermediate oxidation state of the oxygen. Clear? Now let us observe this equation. So its oxidizing property, it is more dominant in the acidic medium, right? And its reducing property, it is more dominant in the basic medium. So here I am showing you the acidic medium, and here I am going to show you the basic medium. I repeat, its oxidizing property is more dominant where? In the acidic medium, and its reducing property is more dominant where? In the basic medium. So let us first understand the mechanism of your oxidizing nature of hydrogen peroxide. So this hydrogen peroxide, it can be written like this, as we have just now read. It can be written like this. Okay, now this has a lone pair, oxygen has a lone pair, correct? Now this hydrogen, right, hydrogen combines to it hydrogen combines to it. So what will it do? It has a positive charge. So this hydrogen atom, it is going to attack the lone pair found at the oxygen. It will attack the lone pair which is found at oxygen, right? So what do we see over here? This hydrogen ion, which is also called as proton. Do remember, H plus is also called as proton. So what process am I explaining you over here? The mechanism that I am explaining you here, they undergo protonation. Okay, what is protonation? That this proton, it attacks the lone pair that is found on the oxygen. How many? 2 protons. So I have written 2 protons attacking the lone pair of the oxygen. So over here they act as Lewis acid, isn't it? Hydrogen ion or proton, it is acting as a Lewis acid, and this lone pair is acting as a Lewis base. This is acting as a Lewis base. Clear? Now what will happen? Protonation will take place. So after protonation, what are we going to observe? This oxygen atoms, they attain positive charge. What happened? They have attained a positive charge. This has come over here and this hydrogen has come over here. Now when these two oxygen, they have attained similar charges, there is a tremendous repulsion between the two. Okay, so when there is repulsion between the two, what will happen? They will take 2 electrons. They will take what? 2 electrons. From where will they take 2 electrons? One they will take from this oxygen and the other electron will be taken from the other oxygen, and hence there will be a homolytic fission taking place. Okay, then a homolytic fission takes place, and what is formed? Hence the 2 molecules will be formed. See, H2O will be formed. H2O, that is 2 molecules of water will be formed here. Therefore over here hydrogen peroxide, it is acting like a oxidizing nature, or we may say that it is getting oxidized over here, and therefore it acts like a reducing agent. I hope this is very clear to you. Let me explain it to you once again. If any doubts, you can understand. So I have first shown you how to draw the structure of hydrogen peroxide like this, and this oxygen has the lone pair. Now this proton H plus attacks the lone pair of the oxygen, right? Therefore this lone pair of oxygen, it becomes Lewis base. The oxygen, it is the Lewis base, and this hydrogen ion or the proton, it is acting as a Lewis acid. Now this proton attacks the lone pair, therefore the process will be termed as protonation is taking place. Okay, so as this hydrogen attacks, what happens to the oxygen? It attains positive charge. Since like charges are there, so repulsion takes place. When repulsion takes place, it takes 2 electrons. From where it is going to take 2 electrons? From the 2 oxygen atoms, and thus there will be a homolytic fission and 2 molecules of water will be formed over here. Right? This is very clear to you. Now let us talk about this reaction where hydrogen peroxide gets reduced, or it shows its reducing nature. In other words, if it shows reducing nature, then it is a good oxidizing agent, right? So reducing nature is shown when? In the basic medium. Always remember, in the basic medium. So over here reducing property will be dominant, and it acts as a good oxidizing agent, or it gets reduced over here. So once again, let me draw the structure of hydrogen peroxide, H and H. Now because of oxygen, this hydrogen, it acquires a positive polarity. Yes, this also we know, and they attain a negative polarity. Fine. Now what happens? The hydroxyl ions, they attack the proton of the hydrogen peroxide. Okay. So over here the OH ion is there, and over here also OH ion, two hydroxyl ions are there, remember. So this goes away to this hydroxyl ion, and this hydrogen ion, it goes away to the other hydroxyl ion. Okay. And thus what do we obtain? We obtain again, when this hydrogen is taken away, it is going to attain negative charge over here. Followed? Now since again there is a repulsion due to like charges, therefore tremendous repulsion will take place at this peroxide ion. So in order to minimize this repulsion or to stabilize itself, what it is going to do? It is going to lose electron. Over here, let me write down 2H2O will be formed. 2H2O will be formed, and then what did I tell you? That it is readily going to lose 2 electrons, and oxygen and 2 electrons will be formed. So this water is formed over here, oxygen is formed over here, 2 electrons are formed over here. Clear? So in this reaction, in the basic medium, hydrogen peroxide, its reducing property is dominant here, and it acts as a oxidizing agent. I hope the mechanism in both the mediums, it is very clear to you. Now we are going to understand some of the reactions where hydrogen peroxide acts as a reducing nature or as an oxidizing nature. So let us begin with the oxidizing nature of hydrogen peroxide. So firstly we are going to study it in the acidic medium. Okay. So let's take few reactions to understand over here, like 2FeSO4 plus H2O2 plus H2SO4 is going to give us FeSO4 whole thrice plus 2H2O. So understand, how can we say that hydrogen peroxide is showing its oxidizing nature over here? So let us look at the oxidation state of iron in ferrous sulfate. Over here it is +2, and over here ferric it is +3. So what is happening? The oxidation state is increasing from +2 to +3. So oxidizing nature, it is due to what? So over here what do we observe? That the oxidation state of iron is increasing from +2 to +3. That is, hydrogen peroxide is oxidizing, oxidizes Fe2 plus to Fe3 plus. Clear? Therefore, this over here, hydrogen peroxide shows the oxidizing nature. Let's take one more example, like 2Ki, potassium iodide, when treated with H2O2 plus H2SO4. What is it going to give? It will give K2SO4 plus I2 plus 2H2O. So let us look at the oxidation state of iodine over here. Here it is -1 and here it is 0. So what has happened? From here, from -1, it has increased to 0. The oxidation state of iodine has increased from -1 to 0. So we can say that hydrogen peroxide oxidizes potassium iodide to iodine. Followed? I hope this is clear. Another example could be, this is 1, this is 2. Another example could be like PBS when treated with 4H2O2, right, in the presence of H2SO4. it is going to give us PbSO4 plus H2O, 4H2O. So over here also, what are we observing? We see that hydrogen peroxide, it oxidizes lead sulfide to lead sulfate. Now we are going to talk about the oxidizing nature of hydrogen peroxide in the alkaline medium or in the basic medium. So over here you can take an example like Mn2 plus H2O2 plus 2 hydroxyl ion. This will give MnO2 plus 2 H2O. So over here the oxidation state of manganese is what? 2 plus, and over here it will be 4. How did we get 4 over here? Let us see. We are finding out the oxidation state of manganese. So let it be X, right? Plus 2, this is 2, no? Into the oxidation state of oxygen will be how much? Minus 2. This is equal to 0. So X minus 4 is equal to 0. So X is equal to 4. So this is the oxidation that I have calculated over here. So from plus 2, it has increased to plus 4. Therefore, over here hydrogen peroxide shows its oxidizing nature, or oxidizes manganese to manganese dioxide. I hope these reactions are clear to you. Now we are going to discuss about the reducing nature of hydrogen peroxide. The reducing nature of hydrogen peroxide. So let us look at the reducing nature of hydrogen peroxide in acidic medium. Few examples that you can remember over here could be chlorine. When treated with hydrogen peroxide, it is going to form HCl plus O2. Okay, so this is one example which you need to remember. Then in the basic medium, it could be like 2KMnO4 plus 3H2O2 in the presence of acid. Okay, this always happens in the presence of an acid. It will give you 2MnO2 plus 2KOH plus 2H2O plus 3O2. Now let us see oxidation state of manganese in KMnO4 and in MnO2. So over here we know potassium is plus 1 plus, let the oxidation state of manganese be X plus 4 into minus 2. This is equal to 0. So this becomes what? X minus 4 2s are 8 plus 1 is 0. So X minus 7 is 0 and X is 7. So what is the oxidation state of manganese over here? Plus 7. Now let us calculate for this. This is X plus 2 into minus 2. This is 0. So this is X minus 4 equal to 0. X is 4. So what have we seen over here? The oxidation state, it reduces from plus 7 to plus 4. So this is due to what? Due to hydrogen peroxide, and therefore we can say that hydrogen peroxide reduces KMnO4 to MnO2, thus showing the reducing nature. I hope these reactions are clear. Now understanding this oxidation number, how to calculate, we are going to discuss about this elaborately in the redox reaction chapter also. So even if you are not able to understand, you just follow what I have done over here. Only these many reactions. Rest other reactions I'm going to explain you when I'm going to teach you that particular chapter. Okay. Now some important questions about hydrogen peroxide. That is, you can say hydrogen peroxide, it decomposes slowly on exposure to light. Some of the important questions, find out their answers. So I am saying hydrogen peroxide decomposes slowly on exposure to light. Now why this happens? Now in the presence of metal surface or traces of alkali, the rate of reaction is always increased, right? Therefore it is stored in the wax lined glass or in the plastic vessels, and that too in the dark. Urea can be added as a stabilizer for it. So it is also kept away from the dust because it can cause explosive decomposition of the compound. Some more important point could be like H2O2 cannot be stored for prolonged periods. Why? Why are they not stored? Because they decompose easily into water and oxygen, right? Therefore, they cannot be stored for prolonged period. So these were some of the important questions regarding hydrogen peroxide. Now, coming to the uses of hydrogen peroxide. Hydrogen peroxide, let's talk about the uses of hydrogen peroxide. They are mainly used for the bleaching. Okay, bleaching of straw, of maybe feathers, maybe starch, and so on. Okay, for the textiles also. Then they are also used as anti-chlor, which means to remove traces of chlorine from the bleach. Okay, during the done for chlorination. Then used in the medicine, it is used as disinfectant. Okay, then it is used as an oxidizing agent in the laboratories, right? It is also used for the manufacture of epoxides, for manufacture of epoxides. Then they are also used, this hydrogen peroxide mixture with hydrazine, hydrate or methanol or hydrocarbons. They are found application as propellants for rocket aircraft. They are also used as propellants for rocket aircrafts. Okay, so these were some of the uses of hydrogen peroxide. Last but not the least, we have to study how to calculate the strength of hydrogen peroxide. Now this video is becoming too long, so calculations regarding the strength of hydrogen peroxide and finding out the volume and all that we will do in the next video. Thank you.